nosso país acabava de nascer há 46 anos.
So the country was born 46 years ago, exactly in this moment.
O nosso cinema estava a nascer nesse momento. O cinema da Guiné-Bissau também estava a nascer. Essa é a imagem.
Our cinema was also being born here in this moment, not only the country.
A total of 4 workshops are organized, as well as public debates, lectures, performances, and a film series which pretend to trigger an artistic and discursive confrontation with a past that remains present. Now we are happy to bring this discussion, which is really worth to discuss in Europe. The Colonial Film Archives, a conversation with Philippa Cesar, Vradike, Didi Čeka, and Tama El Said, and it will be shared by Stefanie Schulte-Strathaus.
We are talking about new ways of thinking the archive as the future.
I'm co-director of the Arsenal Institute for Film and Video Art, which is based in Berlin. We are running 2 cinema screens and are independently in charge of the Berlinale Forum and Forum Expanded. These are 2 sections of the Berlin International Film Festival.
Digitization and decolonial thinking gave voice to artists, filmmakers, curators and activists who are now taking part in the politics of film archive practices.
How do we tell our history when we migrate from our memory? How can we tell stories of who we are if we cannot save these stories?
I'm Didi Čeka, and I'm a filmmaker and film critic from Nigeria. And of course, I'm also an accidental archivist. Right now, I'm working at the reanimating the Nigerian audiovisual archive, which we rediscovered at some point in time in the abandoned rooms of the old colonial film unit.
Mas o país inteiro estava ainda em guerra.
But the whole country was still at war against Tugas, the Portuguese. The film material that was stored in Guinea was not relevant enough for Western institutions to be invested in, to be part of a so-called history with big H. From the moment we understood that this is not going to happen, we had to understand that to rescue that imaginary of liberation, we would have to use militant methods ourselves.
The government of Portugal, rather than heeding the United Nations call for urgent reforms, has stepped up its military repression of the Angolese people.
In the last 10 years, I've been working a lot with archives, mainly in Europe, because most of the archives of our past in Angola, I'm talking more about film archives, even music archives, are outside of the country, mainly in Portugal and England and France, yeah.
15 million people live in Cairo. That's 1 in 3 of all Egyptians.
Colonial film is a mentality. It's a way of how we look at things and how we design things. And it's not only about producing a film. And it's not an era that is ended. It's something that comes again and again in every practice we do with film and sound.
It is not taboo to return to the past. But the interpretation I like the most, that informs my responsibility, my duty to the audience, what I do with this image, is that to go into the future, you have got to return to the past.
My name is Inadels Kos. I'm a director and producer based in Mozambique. My work, it's focused on memory exercises, in this case more on colonial and post-colonial material. My last film, A Memory in 3 Acts, is based on political prisoners who are trying to find reconciliation with the past and in order to move on with their lives today.
E o miúdo, já falecido, o miúdo entrou conosco, andou conosco ali na coisa, vasculha nos quartos, não sei quantos.
We have to live with the fear already. We have to challenge that so we can have our stories told.
I'm looking forward now to see what comes out of these days here in Lisbon, discussing about archives and the relationship, the power relationships that exist.
At some point in time, we are going to have to confront really serious ethical issues concerning these images. Should they be used or should they be discarded? Should we go on with this representation, and why?